Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to Life in Panels, an OtakuNET Original Series. I am your show host, SentinelSeiyu, aka Aaron, and I'm, of course, joined by the lovely
JT, aka Jason.
And we are glad you are joining us today. We've got another great episode for you filled with all things weeb, otaku, nerd, geeky, so grab your favorite anime character plush, all your anime figures, and get ready to enjoy another episode of Life in Panels. We have an actual intro for this edition, and we're both about as switched on as we will be for the rest of the show, so it can only go downhill from here. Well, JT, welcome back.
Hello, Aaron.
We are on episode 2 already. Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Episode 1 was really fun. It was a great time. I don't know why I'm doing this. I don't know why I'm doing this corny thing here. This is very cheesy. Anyway, well, how
you guys don't know what Aaron's like behind the camera.
Yes.
Off air.
Yeah, exactly. Well, Jason, let's just say JT puts up with a lot of my let's say eccentricities in the world. But yeah, that is so true, man. You put up with a lot. You had to put up with this for a long time. Oh man, we should talk about that in like an extras episode. Oh, about just life producing our old show. But how has your week been, JT?
My week has been really interesting. I talked about it last week, but this week was my first week at my job, so that was really fun. And it was pretty funny because since they I came into days that's actually not my schedule, but it was just so I could get in, sign into everything I need to and like learn the job, and be trained. So today was the last day of the week, and I asked my manager, I was like, oh yeah, so do I just keep coming in like the same days I do? And he's like, no, we're gonna start your actual schedule next week.
Gotcha.
And I was just kind of there like, then why did I come in for?
So your actual schedule then, is that looking not the worst ever then for everything?
Not the worst ever. I think it'll be a lot nicer.
Nice.
But man, I will say it's been it's definitely been a joyride of working. It's not like I'm complaining that I have a job because I could be doing a lot worse. I could not have the job. So
exactly.
I'm really happy that I have it. It's just that I talked about it a little bit last week. It was really funny how I was trying super hard to find a job. I got a job and then I went, oh man, all my free time. And once again, I contradict myself because while I'm at work, I'm like, oh, I'm just here. I'm just kind of here to shadow and train. I really wish I had something to do, but then I would wake up for work and be like, I don't want to go to work.
I think that's the biggest. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I don't know. I feel, again, same way, right? Like I love my job. I love everything that I do with it, but I think it's just, it's as soon as, I don't know, maybe this is just an American thing, but as soon as you get the very thing that you want, right, then it's just no longer fun. It's no longer something you want to do. And
can't chase it anymore.
Right. And it's so funny because it's so much more of just the anticipation up to the point. And then once you get there, it's kind of like, this isn't quite what I was expecting. And I think that's the biggest thing for me too, right? Like with work, is it's like, it's really nice to be getting paychecks. Like today I got paid. And so it's like, man, yeah, it's really nice to get paid. But those weeks as you don't get your paycheck, it's like, man, I'm just tired.
Yeah. It's like I like my job. Like I have fun, but it's just I think it's just me waking up in the morning and knowing I have to go to work. I'm like, I don't want to go. My body gets so groggy and then once I actually arrive at work, I'm like, I feel great. I feel great being here. It's just the trip to work. I hate it.
You almost need like Dragon Ball Z, like as like instant transmission. Just as long as you're there, right?
Yeah.
Just as long as you're there. Then it's great, but yeah, everything leading up to that's hard.
Yeah, I'm definitely getting used to the commute. It's so rough. I didn't think it would be this rough.
Yeah, driving, I feel like in anywhere within Minnesota at least as far as the cities goes, is rough. Because the reality of it is,
Yeah.
it's the same way with me. But you got to time it out, right? You got to get up like really early, and then it's generally okay. So I'm usually up by like I'm usually leaving the house by like 6:30, and then I'm fine. But traffic has been rough, and I don't know if it's this summer that I've just noticed it more, but man, it has been brutal.
Yeah, no, the trip to work isn't the worst part. It's always whenever I clock out and leave. So I'm not gonna say the locations of where I'm going to and from, obviously.
Oh yeah,
but
obviously.
it be so. Let's say like the trip there is around like 25 to 30 minutes, which is okay. Like it's pretty fair for a commute to work. The way back is like 40 to an hour, depending on how bad traffic is.
Yeah, well, that makes sense. Yeah, and the thing is too, like rush hour traffic as well is just a nightmare. Like you must be leaving right then, like right at that time, where it's just like because I feel like with everything moving towards return to work, it's very. I'm noticing it much more that there's a significant amount more people on the highways now, and they're all not the best at driving. And I'm not saying I'm a stellar driver myself, but man, I've seen some pretty funny stuff driving in and out of work.
I've seen crazy stuff already. I've seen 2 crashes already this week.
Whoa.
Yeah. And because it's actually one of my first times driving like the highways near the cities, because I usually just stay around the area I live or like the cities around it. I don't go too far. So yeah, it's crazy to be on like a 4 or 5 lane highway and then all of a sudden like traffic starts and like and everything, and then just seeing that crashes happen a lot more than I thought.
Yeah. Well, and it's just like the stuff that I see on highways is just insane. That's crazy that you've seen 2 crashes in the span of a week, because that's for me. I've not seen I've seen accidents a few times in the winter, but I've never seen them, in the dead of summer. And that must be kind of weird for you too, because the reality of it, because you're pretty new to driving still. Like you got your driver's license later.
It's been around a year and a half now, yeah.
Oh, okay. So you're probably a little bit more used to it then. But that's still pretty scary because you're still relatively new.
Relatively, yeah.
Yeah. Like I've been driving for like 5 years now.
This is an otaku show. We're talking about mundane things.
Yeah, we're talking about light stuff.
So.
Yes, we do. Well, and some bonus stuff that I didn't tell JT because we didn't have a weekly meeting this week, because I didn't have time for a weekly meeting this week with being working young professionals, is that we are actually bringing some guests on for potentially some extra episodes and also some main episodes, because Life in Panels is of course about Japanese culture. We like talking about Japanese culture here. We like talking about otaku culture, but sometimes life bleeds into life and it's fun to talk about life. And we got some people we've got 2 folks from India who will be talking about their experience possibly in upcoming episodes about, I got some friends, some connections, who do some pretty amazing drawings and some pretty great instrumental covers of some anime songs that you know and love, and some anime characters. So we're going to talk to those folks at some point, and we're also going to talk to a person who just recently, also from India, coincidentally, who actually just took a trip to Japan and got to experience a lot of the local culture. So we're going to chat with them, check for that out in some future episodes, and then we'll also be asking them about their favorite anime series. That might be the extra edition, potentially, when we get our subscription going, which is, I think, next week. We'll have an Otaku Mega subscription where you can get ad-free content when we start getting ads. That's all in the future, though, and not relevant to what we're talking about right here, but we do have some otaku content for you right now. So we are going to start diving in. I was talking to JT on the break, who's asking me, what are we going to talk about tonight? He always asks me this, but this is a very, 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 very free-balled program. And what we are talking about is something that I've been watching. I've been watching a lot of anime recently, and no, it's not isekai. It's not... it's not the 3-letter series that we all know and love. Yeah. But what it is Daemons of the Shadow Realm, which is probably one of the most popular series that has come out, and I believe that's the spring anime lineup, if I remember correctly. Or is it summer? I could have got this wrong. I should have researched this.
I think it's technically summer.
Is it summer? Okay.
I think it started like right near the end of spring, and then it goes into summer, so I think it would be summer.
Okay, so we'll say the summer anime series. We'll say the summer anime series. And we are we're gonna chat a little bit about that. So anyways, Demons of the Shadow Realm, I watched the first couple episodes. It was really got hooked. It was a great series, wonderful concept. Of course, the manga analyst and author, of course, known for such stellar things as Fullmetal Alchemist, which is something I'm watching with my father, and you can see it in the art style, of course. But I personally think, after watching all the way up to the English dub, so you probably are a little bit further, so we'll try not to spoil too many things, but I loved it. I loved it so far, and I'm just so hyped. It's such a great series, and I finished I shouldn't say this, but I finished the whole thing in a night. I went to bed at 1 a.m. and I had to get up for work at 6:30 a.m. So that night I did not sleep very well, but it was worth it. So I will say that much. So, man, I was super excited, and it is so funny to get to see Yuru. Totally got that name right. It's so great to see Yuru just experience life in the modern day world, because it's just hilarious to see somebody react in a very very realistic way to modern inventions that I don't really think about day to day, which I think is a really fun concept, along with just amazing storytelling and phenomenal animation. So anyways, that's where I will leave it, but JT was very excited to chat about this with me.
Yes,
so,
I was very excited because very rarely can Aaron and I talk about our shonen together. This might be the first one.
I think so.
Besides SAO. But besides SAO and My Hero Academia. No, it was amazing. This anime season, as me and Aaron talked about last week, is kind of more slice of life and romance, which, don't get me wrong, is great. Yeah, I'm really glad that a lot of the other genres are like starting to pop up more and get more of the focus, because there's always we always need a balance, of shows. But like I said last week, I'm such a shonen fan that I felt like a little gremlin. I was just up here on my laptop scrolling around like, what can I watch? What's a show that has like something, or just a lot of action scenes that can get me hyped up? So I watched Daemons of the Shadow Realm, and let me say, the first episode was insane. I guess we could talk about it. It's been out for a while, so I hope.
Yeah, it shouldn't be too.
You're not getting spoiled.
We'll just say spoiler alert. Now is a good time to skip ahead in the podcast if you'd like to not be spoiled for episode 1 of Daemons of the Shadow Realm, because JT just can't help himself. All right. Disclaimer over. You're good to go.
Yeah. No, everything you said, it's super interesting to see him, just take in everything of the modern world. I was actually pretty confused at first. I thought that it was going to be set in an older time period, just because of how it started. So, and I was super down for that too. And then they see airplanes and call them dragons, and I was like, oh, it's gonna be one of those. And I totally thought this was like a super remote village just somewhere in the middle of the jungle. And then next thing you know, a SWAT team breaks in. and like the village is under like a veil, some sort of like secret veil, and helicopters with soldiers just come in and start doing what soldiers do. I'll say it like that. And I was like, what is happening?
We're a family-friendly podcast.
We'll try to as long as we can.
Yes. Yeah. General audiences.
Yeah. And I was just like, wow, it's been like 10 minutes. This is really crazy.
I know, it's like the most classic 5 minutes of just pure insanity from like it was such a reminder to me of just how insane early 2000s anime were, right? Like that's what I think I love so much about this series, is that it harkens back to the simpler time, in my opinion, right? And I'm that fusion hybrid of old and new generation anime. But yeah, it's just like 10 minutes of complete insanity. It goes from like talking about, like you said, it goes from, I'm glad to say I'm not the only one who was like, okay, well that was not the direction I was expecting. But yeah. I was totally down with like, oh my gosh, this is gonna be like, Elusive Samurai, it's going to be set in like Edo period Japan, and I'm totally down for that. And I was like kind of hyped. I'm like, this is going to be great. And then to just have like, yeah, to just have helicopters
And then
be
just
just
see an
break
assault
everything.
rifle.
Yeah, it was bizarre to see like, you know, an assault rifle and to just like helicopters, and it threw me for a loop when they had referred to them as dragons, because at the time when you're watching season or episode 1, you have no idea that, I guess, you know, it
Yeah,
made sense to me kind of like, I'm like, oh yeah, I guess if
you
you're
can
in
kind
Edo
of pick
period
up on the
Japan,
clues, yeah, but
you would expect to be, but I was like, oh, that's a little weird that they didn't refer to it as like a something slightly different that's closer to it. But yeah, dragon, sure, I guess that makes sense, and
yeah,
that is
it's
the
like
English adaptation too.
it's like a thing in the sky, and it has wings and it makes loud noises. You would think.
Yeah, and so that was weird, and so it threw me for a loop for, you know, a hot minute, and I'm like, but you realize you come like, okay, this, I see where this is kind of going, and yeah, that first episode was very odd. You know, once episode 2 came around, and we won't spoil that, it started to make a lot more sense, and I was just so hyped for it. Gosh, yeah, no, that was amazing, and yeah, and I mean, Gabby is just the spitting image of, honestly, the Elric brothers. You cannot convince me otherwise. I think I saw a piece of fan art, and I wonder if I can go find it again, of Ed in Gabby's outfit from the series.
Yeah.
And it's a spitting image. And it works quite well. So yeah, but beside it being, of course, amazing, just with the lineage that the manga panelist and the original artist and creator had with Full Metal Alchemist, it is an incredible storyline, and it is such a weird shonen. It is such a fusion of like modern stuff, and the comedic moments that break up the tension in the series is just so classic of a 2000. I feel like I was transported to 2006 all over again.
Yeah, and I feel like the world building, or like the social constructs around like I guess like a user and their daemon or demon. I think it's so interesting how they connected that together. How, you know, they could have easily made it like a classic, you command them type of thing, you know, where we're like they're in control of monsters. But I really like how they really drill into the show how no, like you actually have to build a connection with with these other beings, otherwise it doesn't work. And you can see how there's, I guess, negative or bad relationships, vice versa. Like how obviously some, I'll just refer how in the show, like some masters don't treat their demons well, and then some demons don't treat their own masters well. So I think that the fact that you have to actually be compatible with the person you're, or with the demon you're making a pact to, I think is really nice, because then that adds a lot of flavor to the show. Like it could just be very kind of like Pokemon-esque, where like it's like, oh, I choose you, go out there and do it for me type of thing.
Right. So sending cute animals to war,
Yeah,
which is like, I understand, and it works in the Pokemon universe, and it works in Digimon, right? Like, it makes sense, and those shows were never really about, you know,
yeah, and they
that
still had
component
shows
of
where
it.
like obviously you should be friends with your Pokemon, but like not to this degree. Like I think in the show there's multiple instances where like, oh, they can betray each other really quick depending on the situation they're in, just due to like treatment of each other.
Yeah. Well, and it's kind of refreshing to see that, right? Like, it's refreshing to see that not just be like pure servitude. And this is going to be very weird to say for anybody who has not watched modern anime and or anime in the last 5 years, but there's a lot of servitude and a lot of just slavery is okay throughout a majority of anime.
Yeah.
Rising the Shield Hero is one that comes to my mind, and well, the Naofumi Raphtalia relationship is, you know, fine for what it is, and it makes sense for that world, as much as a good friend of mine would be very vehemently willing to fight me on that, and that's totally fair. And this clip is absolutely going to be used out of context, but
It's gonna be a YouTube show.
I'm just accepting it at this point. But the reality of it is that it's nice to see that. It's nice to not just be like, oh yeah, the Daemons have to obey their masters because that's the reality of it, and there's no consequences
we can just
for
use them in
treating your Daemon poorly.
way, or so I think it's really nice to see the, I guess, the emotional depth and like see the morals in it. Like even the MC, I can't remember his name.
Yuru,
yeah,
I think it's
Yuru. Even once he learns on like about what happens to Daemons, like if the master of the Daemon dies, then the Daemons are bound to the place where they're last at, and they either have to wander until they can hopefully find a new master, or they eventually just disappear. And he makes the decision in the split second to go, oh, okay, if that's the case, then like I'll do my best to not like kill their masters, so that way they don't have to like be essentially be stuck. And I'm like, oh, that's such an interesting concept, like to take right away. Like even if they're your enemies, like there's still a morality to it. And I think that's one of the things I really like about this show, on how obviously because he grew up as like a mountain kid, someone who grew up in like the wilderness and everything like that, he obviously has a different outlook on how things work. But then when it comes to like just being cruel, like obviously like he's so opposed to it, even though he understands the laws of nature to where like, oh, if he has to defend himself or other people, he's willing to do it right away, but he won't go out of his way to be cruel about it. And I think that's really interesting. And even the other characters in the show spot that. They're like, oh, he's unnecessary, like he's surprisingly nice, or he's surprisingly like very contradicting in like his actions and his words.
Yeah, it's so funny to see the contrast of that and with Yuru, because the reality of it is with Yuru, he's one of those characters that it's just
bad.
easily be bad, and definitely shows moments of that, because as a child, okay, and I don't want to spoil this too much, but as a child who is, let's just say, very proficient at combat, particularly in the dark, hopefully that's spoiler free enough, they're he can be cruel, and he's grown up in this traditional Edo period village where that was the reality of it, but understands what consequences his actions have, which is something that a lot of anime characters and a lot of MCs don't. From everything from, well, okay, I probably wouldn't say Kirito, because there are moments, but a lot of moments in anime series, from Mushoku Tensei to Naofumi and Rising the Shield Hero and whatever.
I feel like it's the way
there are those moments.
Yeah, it's the way it's presented. Like I feel like his outlook obviously is very mature, and in other shows they obviously have those moments where like they realize, but I feel like it's usually in fits of rage, or becomes one of those moral dilemmas that it's like it takes 5 episodes for them to reach a conclusion of, and like it kind of drags out. So it's kind of refreshing to see like in my opinion, a realistic take, of like, if you found out that like your life wasn't what you thought it was, you're suddenly now in a dangerous situation, like at the end of the day, it just comes to you having to defend yourself. But then he's still, like you said, he's still not going to be cold-hearted about it.
Absolutely. Well, and
he's very smart too, which is also really refreshing. I'm kind of tired of like
dumb
protagonists. Yeah,
Kazuma. I'm sorry, I had to. But yeah, I totally I'm right there with you. There's something very unique about Daemons of the Shadow Realm, and that is just because it defies a lot of the tropes that came within the 20 teens of anime. And yeah, I love Yuru because he reacts as though me or you would probably react, although I probably end up leaning on the side of more of the dumb anime characters with loud expressive moments. But with you, it's a lot more closer and grounded in reality, and I think that is especially refreshing now, because we see anime characters have their explosive moments. There are moments in Mushoku Tensei where Rudeus just completely loses it in a way, like in an example of a bar scene, and again, for those who haven't seen it, I won't spoil it too much, where the MC is punching the living snot out of a character because he's simply upset is not a valid reaction that makes sense, that would make sense in the real world, and only really makes sense in that fantasy realm. And I'm not saying that scene wasn't important for the supporting element around it, but we see that so much in anime, and we see that so much today, and it's refreshing to see a character just kind of react in a way that a normal person would and be cautious of a situation that is new and fresh to them, that most people naturally as humans are wired to do that biologically, are willing to, meet those standards and just willing to be realistic, but also having those moments where Yuru, particularly and I hope I can make this vague enough, but in that particular scene where he is with one of his daemons left, so there's two daemons right and left, and I will leave it at that, in a certain type of mode that I like to keep my computer, particularly Discord, in, where he reacts as a normal person would, and when asked the question about why aren't you afraid of being in this other environment, and his reaction to that is just, why would I be afraid if everything for the last however much period of time the series wants to say has been completely new and foreign to me? And you can see him mentally breaking slightly through that.
Everything I knew has been wrong. Totally, so why would I be surprised at anything now?
Right. And that's a normal reaction people would have. I mean, there's been moments I've said stuff in my life like, why would I be shocked by this? There's been a consistent pattern here, instead of defaulting to the very I guess popular anime reaction of, oh my gosh, this is, and completely losing control of emotion. So yeah, I mean, gosh, there's just so much to like about that is so refreshing, and it is one of the shonens that I've watched recently where I really, like I said, I've not been able to put it down since starting, in fact, binge watching the entire thing on a work night. So you got those moments for you as well. But yeah, there's just so much about that series that's great, and just explanations of modern day things and his reaction to so many things in the world. We won't spoil too much of it if you haven't seen it. I've said that a lot through the show, but there's just so many moments where Yuru really just grows on you, and they do a great job of developing the character in a very likable way. That's just hilarious and very indicative of, and reminding me of, previous series like Fullmetal Alchemist. And to be honest with you, it gives me the opportunity to go back and check out some of the other anime series that Arakawa's, the panelist who made both Fullmetal Alchemist and Daemons, has produced in the last few years, that seemingly everybody kind of just didn't go back and watch since prior to Daemons. And so I'm gonna go rewatch some of Arakawa's work, and I'm excited to go dive into those series, because just knowing how well both have turned out is just awesome, and it'll be refreshing to probably go watch something other than isekai, as hard as that is for the king of isekai to say.
It's such a funny coincidence, because I today started rewatching Fullmetal Alchemist again.
Gotcha. And are you rewatching the original or Brotherhood? Because Brotherhood, I would argue is probably the better one. Fullmetal Alchemist, the original, is interesting.
The original is very interesting. Brotherhood is, the story is more concise in Brotherhood. That's how everyone says it.
Yeah, I always tell many people to go watch Brotherhood if they are new to anime. Tackle Fullmetal Alchemist once you've, and this is horrible coming from the guy who's only seen like 5 episodes of One Piece, but once you've watched a significant portion of One Piece and prepared yourself, because One Piece is a lot worse, but it definitely teaches you a lot about a convoluted storyline.
Funny enough, I think the trailer for the new revamped One Piece actually came out. So at this point, you can probably just wait for the new one to come out.
I think, honestly, I probably just will wait for the new one to come out.
That might be the best bet for you in your case. Like, just to wait for them to release the new, like, so pretty much, if you don't know, they're remaking the old One Piece episodes, except in the quality of now and in faster pace, so that people can enjoy the arcs and the stories. And with how Aaron has watched these episodes, the new show might come out by the time Aaron decides to go back to watch it.
Oh, absolutely. Because the problem with it is I am backtracking finally after about a year of not watching anime season to season consistently. So I'm catching, because now we got a tidal wave of stuff coming. I mean, we have like the Old Country Bumpkin becomes a Master Swordsman season 2. We got Mushoku Tensei season 2. We talked about this last episode, but we got Sword Art Online Unanswered Butterfly that's coming out with Echoes of Eidencrad. That will be the only SAO reference for the show, I hope. So there's this tidal wave of anime that Aaron is just filled for this later summer season, so I'm thrilled. But by the time I get around to it, they probably will have started releasing the Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood One Piece esque version, and I honestly would give it a shot. And I'm needing an anime that I can consistently watch and go back to as I'm waiting for other isekai series to be dubbed, so, and to have season 2s be greenlit. So I will probably be getting around to that soon. I wonder if I'll be watching consistently by detour. I'm hoping maybe by detour I will be definitely watching One Piece. Maybe, I guess, leading up to next detour by then. Who knows?
The real question is,
my goal.
Will I actually watch an episode of Uma Usume before you go back to One Piece?
I mean, I feel like when I had made that challenge, it really was just kind of funny for the show. If there was one series I would point you to go watch that you haven't seen, I'm trying to think if we had talked about you watching Mushoku Tensei.
I have
before.
Watched it.
Okay.
I'm caught up on it. I think the show you've highly recommended me the most that I haven't checked out yet is Zenshu.
Zenshu is one you would actually like. It's Mappa. It is isekai, but man, there's moments in that are just so stellar, and it really, well, it definitely keeps a lot of the traditional isekai and anime tropes out of it. I mean, there are moments and there are certain character designs that follow those guidelines, but actually, man, great series.
Mappa, have you seen the trailer of the latest anime they're gonna produce?
I have not seen that yet. No.
Okay, so I'm gonna send it to you, and I think it'd be funny if you watched it and we could get your reaction to it.
Okay, sure. Let's do it. I would screen share this, but this podcast goes on YouTube, and I'd like to not have a copyright strike from Studio Mappa. There's some nice folks over there.
I was gonna say this might be really weird, like if we were to show it.
It would go quiet for a minute.
Yeah, even if we did, we'd probably end up having to block it anyways.
Yeah, we'd have to. Yeah, Slack it to me. Well, Jason slacks that to me. I will say I didn't find the exact meme, but I did find the Gabby meme. And for those who aren't familiar, I hate Google now. It's kind of the worst. But there's a bit of a resemblance here. Yeah, Akara's work, I can't speak today, is incredible. Yes. I'll have to try and find the original Gabby meme. I think it was on X. Oh no, I'm leaking the script. Ah! Everybody on the video. Yeah, everybody on the video podcast be like, go to this timestamp now. All right, freeze frame. You said you slacked it to me. Okay, I'll be yes, here we go. Oh god. Okay. All right.
Yeah,
we'll see how this is.
It's produced by Mappa. Yeah, and it's on Netflix. I will watch it with you just so I can see where you're at.
Okay, perfect. So I will I guess we'll start at the same time, and I'm gonna put my computer through my headphones so the audio doesn't come through the microphone. After I fix that here. You know you could probably just mute it on your side if you've seen it, maybe. Oh, yeah, and I have audio. Yep. Yeah, there we go. Okay.
Actually, I think I'll just watch your reaction because I have seen it already.
Okay. I'll try to. I'm horrible at reacting to content live, so we'll see how well this goes. But It's Netflix. Okay, cool. I'm gonna have a reason to keep my Netflix subscription.
Yeah, as soon as you said that, as soon as you said the capture might pick it up, I was playing like I was playing like a couple
The
seconds
first
of it.
part.
I was like,
Okay, it's
oh yeah,
fine.
you're right. I should probably stop.
I didn't hear it, so you're good. And as long as I don't hear it, I don't think it makes it in the final cut. What the
Let's hope
heck?
so.
What?
Yeah,
Oh man. Oh
it's very bad in my opinion.
wow. Yeah. You good?
Yeah,
You good, Mappa?
yeah,
What the heck? I mean, this is very, very, very on point for Mappa.
yeah, but it's just like wow.
Yeah.
This is the show that's
Wow.
coming out next.
Wow. Yeah, that is insane. Oh, we got Truck-kun. We got Truck-kun getting destroyed. That's nice.
Honda-san decided Troku needed to go down.
Yeah, I guess so. Oh my gosh. And there's feet. That's good. I'm sure that'll be great for a subset of the anime
Yeah,
community. That is hilarious.
Somebody clip Aaron saying that right there. Great audio.
Oh boy. Yeah.
Okay, so
I just said subset of a community.
yeah, so if anyone else is
Just
interested in
saying.
seeing what Aaron just saw, it's called Jimoto Saiko. So
Yep.
it's Jimoto space Saikl. So Jimoto Saiko.
We'll link the
check it
trailer
out
in the
too-
description.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, we'll link this
Yep.
trailer in the description, and I'll put it in the show notes. Yeah, so you
Yeah,
can
that's what
find
it was
there.
called. And when my friends were talking about it, I guess we're gonna have to spoil the trailer a little bit, just so we can actually talk about it.
Yeah, a little bit.
My friends, the only thing they said to me was, "Yeah, have you guys seen that the anime trailer about those little girls who do drugs together?" And I was like, "What?" I was just like, "What?" And they were like, "Yeah, dude, it's gonna be awesome. Mappa's making it." I'm like, "Why would Mappa be making it?"
Dude, Mappa in the
I'm like,
last 2 years has just done the most insane stuff. That is hilarious.
I think they're just happy to be done with Attack on Titan.
I think so too. I think
They
it's like,
can make-
God, can you move
Whatever
on?
else. Oh yeah.
After like a decade of making the series. Yeah, no, I mean that is hilarious. I will definitely be watching that when it comes out. But yeah, Mappa's made some like crazy stuff. Mappa, Zenshu too. I mean, there is. And I guess we'll probably have to spoil a little bit of Zenshu, so warning, and for you as well. But I mean, just the crazy stuff. I feel like Zenshu was Mappa genuinely responding to Attack on Titan, and now that I'm realizing that, it's like, yeah, this makes so much sense. But essentially, Zenshu follows the story of a basically a manga panelist at a large, undisclosed. It's Mappa. It's Mappa. She's an animator who works at an anime studio that produces a lot of her her own work. That she was inspired by a horrible series. So this is very much on track for kind of my story and how I got into doing anime stuff. Basically called A Tale of Perishing is the in-world movie that she is inspired by. And she basically gets reincarnated after eating some spoiled clams that she was warned about in a bento box. It was a spoiled bento box with clams, and dies. And gets reincarnated into A Tale of Perishing. Okay, so that's all I will say. But this overworked animator is reincarnated, and it's just the most insane story. But I mean, the scenes in that, I mean, it's just insane. And the amount of just horribly graphic stuff, it's not overly graphic to the extent of the now infamous or the not infamous, but the now drug dealing little girls anime. But Mappa definitely had its moments with Zenshu where it was like, wow, this is going in a direction that I was not expecting from Mappa, but I guess is now very on brand. So great. I got another great Mappa thing to go and watch now. And
my friends are super excited for that show, and I could do nothing but look at them in horror as I am outnumbered, as everyone is talking about how they're so excited for this show, and I'm just looking at these anime characters with sadness in my eyes.
It's like the culmination of everything that has gone wrong with the industry in the last 10 years. And I'm here for it. I'm here for it, man.
They're just like, this is gonna be awesome, and I'm just like, wow, it's so depressing to watch these, to watch
how
what's
broken
happening.
is the anime community?
Yeah,
Man, I don't know. And I'm not helping.
not helping.
Uh,
This is a little bit of a backtrack. I don't know how much of a spoiler it would be. I think I won't say the names of the two groups. I actually did search up just so I remember. But at the point in the story, I don't know if you're up to it. I'm pretty sure you are. Yoru has the decision of either essentially, I guess, going to the group his sister's with, or staying with the group that has helped him. Yeah, I'll say it like that.
Yes.
What do you think you would have done in that scenario, right?
Yeah, that is interesting and a great question. I think if I was in Yuru's position for choosing before the Kagamuri clan, and I believe,
I'll just say the name.
Yeah, sorry. Anyway,
no, you're good.
I won't.
Okay, so
I'll leave it at that.
No, that's all right. So pretty much the villagers
list.
are the Higashi village.
Higashi village, yeah.
Kagemoris, I believe,
is the clan in
that
the
left the
modern
village.
world.
Yes.
Yeah. That's a great question. Honestly, to me, being in Yuru's position, considering all that is considered, which we can't really not spoil because there's a lot of things, I would probably honestly, when he made that, I had come to the conclusion of just being under the guise that I wouldn't select any side. That was my thing, was like, I would. It's too early in, at least the way the anime plays the storyline. I've not gone back and read the original manga. But the two different, when that challenge was presented, and I could kind of see that heading that direction, I personally went to the thought process of, well, I think it's for me, it's too early to decide. Mm-hmm. Right? There's clear problems with both that have presented itself, and then the anime series confirmed my exact thought process of, no, I wouldn't select a side. Mm-hmm. If I was in Yuru's position, I would still stay with the, probably the original village clan, since that is where I am, but would not necessarily take any of what they say too hard, right? Because now we've been presented with new information on how both sides have been deceptive in, I guess, their own way.
Yeah, so Yuru and his sister are essentially kind of being lied to by everyone.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really hard. I feel like in that scenario, like, it's really hard to consider everything, because obviously as a viewer we can't really factor each decision. Like I won't say the points he makes in the show, that way we can encourage people to go watch it. We're not
yes.
So I won't say the reasons why the MC made his decision, but I feel like I might have defected and gone to the Kagemoris. I think I personally might have, because if I learned that that like my community, everyone in the village that I grew up with, I've been helped taking care of, were lying to me my entire life, I don't really know if I want to stay with you guys. And even though, the other group, I can't really trust them either, I feel like my mindset is, at least I know that I can be with my sister.
Right. Well, and it's one of those moments where at least you're with family, and at least, and between it's like the better of two evils concept, right? Mm-hmm. Where at least the Kagemuris are somewhere, at least they have lied to me less, right? Like, in that perspective, with Yuru's position, at least it isn't the entire village has been gaslighting me for the last 10 years.
Yeah, and plus, I think her approach was really good, because the Kagemoris were essentially like, yeah, we want to take you. We're just gonna tell you straight up why we want you on our side. We're not gonna play around the bush. And I'm like, I think if I was in his situation, I'd be like, I respect that you're telling me the truth. So pretty much what I'm saying is I would have been brainwashed by the Kage Warriors and I would have joined them pretty easily. I probably would have joined them pretty easily. I would have been like, this is cool. Like, they're like they're a big, rich organization. I can probably complete my goals within this organization pretty quick. Like is either
this
that
is good to know that JT has the herd mentality. I'll remember that when if we ever go out drinking together.
The herd mentality. Well, it's numbers in group or strength in numbers.
Like die in most horror movies. It's like, oh yeah, just follow along with.
Well,
yeah,
no,
yeah.
Because
okay, maybe not.
Well, because
maybe
in
not.
a horror movie, right? If let's say you're with 10 people, not like let's say 7 want to go to the left and only 2 want to go to the right. Are you gonna be the third person to go to the right or go up to 7? I'm like, I think I'm gonna go up to 7. In a horror movie where the split is like,
that's true, I guess. Right? Yeah, I guess it is. I guess you're right. It is. It is always the one who defers.
I'm probably gonna stick with the bigger group because if anything happens, at least there's more of us to tackle the issue. And I feel like in that position, if I'm a kid who knows nothing about the outside world, I don't really have any connections, and then this powerful organization is like, we will support you. I'm like, that's just kind of the smarter option. I don't know.
Oh my gosh, I feel like the classic
I think
jumping from a certain height distance, I can't say this because we're on YouTube, would not go so well with that mentality, JT. Come on, man.
Well, I didn't say I do that.
Well, I never said you did that, but I'm saying that isn't that's like the herd mentality.
I think I'm just exposing myself as a sellout.
Don't worry, I exposed myself as apparently potentially may or may not having a certain being obsessed with a certain subset or being a part not obsessed, being apparently alluding to a certain subset of the anime community earlier. To be clear, no, don't even play with that idea. No.
Me?
Those people are freaks. Oh. No, I'm saying the audience.
I wasn't saying.
We're talking about that. We're talking about the certain the end scene of that Mappa the Mappa trailer. But anyway.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. So I feel like I would have either defected and joined the Kage Boys, or I would have been very, very ignorant about it, or I would have been like, I'm gonna stay with this group, but I'm gonna visit you guys whenever I want.
That's fair.
I probably would have been like, I probably would have been like, I'm just gonna use both of you guys, or very upfront. But then maybe that's just me being stubborn and kind of ignorant.
Yeah.
Either way,
some of those character designs are incredible.
I would fail.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. So yeah, Daemons of the Shadow Realm has been on my watch list this week. It's been incredible. I'm so glad I've been catching up. And I've been going back and rewatching a lot of shows.
And I'm so excited.
Yeah, it's exciting stuff. So we are hyped. So yeah, if you're looking for a good series to watch, if you're like, oh man, I need something good to watch this week, I watch the same show over and over again. Maybe that only pertains to me. Daemons of the Shadow Realm is a great option to jump back into the new anime season. There's a lot of great shows, and I'm going back and rewatching a ton of older content. I've continued to watch Witch Hat Atelier and have loved it. Man, Q-Free is awesome.
Dude,
I understand all the Gojo. No. I understand the Gojo stands now. I get it. I get it.
Whoa.
Sorry.
No, sorry. I haven't watched it. The only reason I had that physical reaction was because the only thing I know about Witch Hat Atelier is people being like, "Can you draw a perfect circle?" or screaming that it's like, "Draw the freaking circle."
Have you seen what the community has done? So
not too much,
the in-game magic, the in-game. I keep saying in-game. The in-universe magic, essentially, and again, I'm warning if you haven't watched Witch Hat Atelier, we might spoil a little bit here. the in-game magic system, in-universe magic system. Oh my gosh, in-universe magic system that is in the series is basically essentially drawn on paper as, like you said, magic circles. Some of the stuff that people have come up with, throughout the whole series, basically it is a subset of only approved people who understand the values and ethics of not making something destructive are allowed to become witches. And the MC essentially does something that breaks that concept, because technically any human is capable, who can draw these circles, is capable of magic, but because of many of the wars that had happened, because of how accessible magic was, and as we know with certain other types of technology we're dealing with in the current state of the world, artificial intelligence, that we are that humans can't be trusted to have nice things. This is why we don't have nice things concept. And so a bunch of humans, started many wars with these magic circles, and it is because of how easily they can draw. So a certain subset of witches can only be allowed to draw, and humanity was kind of mind wiped in a way to believe in this falsification that only a certain subset of people, including witches, have that. That's a really clunky explanation for essentially what it is, but that leads me to believe that there are people out there who have now understood the magic system, or have learned the magic system so well that they are now drawing circles that make things like nuclear weapons, atomic bombs, horrible things, horrible magic of mass destruction, and are posting it online.
It's
just everybody is dying. Yeah, this is just proof of what the series
why we
is.
Shouldn't, like, it's proof of why, like, magic and fantasy stuff doesn't exist in real life.
Yeah, I'm just thrilled.
It would go south so quick.
Oh man, it's so funny to see that, because it is literally, it's just so funny the community is doing the very thing that the series is saying, hey, this is why not everybody can do this. You're approving the point 400 times over, and it is the funniest thing that I have seen, at least in any community, for quite some time. And man, oh man, has it just been it's just been hilarious to see that.
Yeah, no, I've just seen people stressing out about drawing a perfect circle.
Okay, that's good. You haven't gotten as far deep into it as I have.
I'm at like the front page of this rabbit hole.
This is like 3,000 page novel, but that into my Instagram is now flooded with, my Instagram timeline is now flooded with brush buddies, the little white creatures with eyes. They're so cute, and I want one so badly, but I also don't want magic weapons of mass destruction. So I think I'll be okay. But Witch Hat is great. All these great series I'm catching up on again, and it's been wonderful. Yeah. And I've been watching other stuff too. Saw that Dark Ages, the Dark Ages MMO from the late 90s has gotten a weird resurgence recently, thanks to a YouTuber out there. And that's been really fun to get to see, man. It was super nostalgic for me to see the Dark Ages MMO be revived, because it's like, God, it's just like old. It's like RuneScape and classic, MMOs all over again. I never played RuneScape back then, but I knew a lot of people who did. And I knew a lot of people who were into World of Warcraft and Final Fantasy XI in the early days, and I miss those days. Man, it's been like a step down nostalgia lane. Was just like reminiscing about all that stuff again. It's crazy, and I've been loving it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so getting back into MMOs, but been really watching a lot of anime recently, and man, has it been fun. And I'm slowly taking a step down, slowly taking my way down. I think it's this is gonna make me look horrible in front of the Mangawa community, but I think it's Mangawa, the Korean adaptations, oh my gosh. Yeah, thank you. I should know this being South Korean. This is not looking good for Aaron. I'm going to get my South Korean card taken away from me. Yes. So anyways, Mamba, because I actually had somebody who had tagged me at roasting the fact that we had called this an all otaku podcast. I'm trying to remember what he said originally. I don't have to go pull it up again, but he was asking if we were going to talk about it. I'm getting into it slowly. So just you wait, there will be an episode. Well, but we do talk a lot about anime. Cool. I will probably get around. Okay, perfect. We can see random internet commenter. We have somebody who specializes in this. We're an otaku podcast. I'm just kidding, by the way. It was really funny to actually. I think that was my very first hate comment I could kind of like think about in the last 10 years that I've gotten on the content I've made. So it's been pretty funny. It was a nice refresher. You know, nice just bring me right back to humbleness, and it's nice. I need more people like that in my life.
Well, if that person wants to comment it about it again, give Aaron suggestions.
Yeah, I'd love to take some. By the way, dude,
then Aaron can bring it
whole
up,
website
and then maybe I can talk to him about maybe the ones I've read.
Yeah, we'll do it. So we'll do that. We'll do that along with all the other episodes we have planned coming soon. But yeah, I don't know. I've been rewatching a ton of anime this week. It's been great. And it's been a nice distraction from everything this week. It's been a weird week of a lot of stress and I was actually on my way to buy a new computer this week and saw that the news that everybody has seen probably by now that Apple is increasing prices for all their stuff by a significant margin, and I'm like, well, I guess I'm not buying a new computer. So I got that going for us. So yeah, as the world is slowly exploding, I get to watch some good anime. Yeah, as the world becomes less and less affordable and the world is exploding, I at least got to watch some pretty banger anime series this week, and everything is well, and I am excited. And we're just under a month. We're just a little over a month away from Big Anime Minneapolis. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm thrilled. I'm supposed to be presenting. I've not done my presentation. I've not updated my presentation for that yet. So we will be doing that soon. But yeah. But how's the job been going, JT? That's what I wanted to really ask about.
Yeah, like I said earlier, job's been going good. I don't know. I'm just kind of excited to learn more about it. I'm really, I don't know. It's just kind of one of those things that maybe it hasn't fully hit me yet because I just graduated college, but it's just kind of my life now. I don't know. It's just gonna be me going to work and then pursuing, like personal passions such as this show, like just doing stuff on the side that I like for fun, and just I guess getting used to my new weekly schedule of work and life.
Yeah, new adult life.
Mm-hmm.
And is it vastly different than what you were doing with me back in the day with Nippon now, or is it?
Oh yeah,
because you're working on the back end of the stuff, so
yeah,
it's not you're not
show hosting.
So, to be clear,
yeah. So I've done stuff like voice tracks. Other than that, I'm also gonna start helping people record podcasts, podcast segments or like radio segments. I also eventually help with live radio segments. So, and from what I've been told, I think they want to get me to the point where I can just kind of do it on my own, to where they're able to just call me and bring me in. And I'm like, ooh, let's hope that's like further down the line.
It's like with like a little bit more experience before you just throw me to the wolves.
Yeah, I hope it's not one of those like, well, you did it once, we're just gonna have you do it now. And I'm like, well, I don't think that's how you should do it.
It's like every company's perspective of training nowadays is, I need to show you once and you remember it forever. It's like, sure, that makes sense. Well, that's good. So
my manager is super cool. He's really laid back. So I feel pretty good about that. I don't think he'll just throw me to the wolves and hope I survive. Yeah.
That's good. That's always nice to have that. Mm-hmm. Oh man, yeah. I feel like it's so funny. Two of my friends that I have, you and another individual who is going. Just started his job this week as well. It has been going through training and just messaged me before the show and he's like, I'm still training. I'll let you know about Big Anime Minneapolis in the fall. We'll let you know. I'll do it in the next couple weeks. I said it's fine, no rush, but. It's been a interesting time. Everybody's starting their jobs now this summer, or pretty late. I was the first one, but mine is temporary. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. But that's exciting, and I bet that's been great for you. And now you have money to go make more lightsabers out of random parts from Menards.
Ew.
So that's always nice, or probably something more useful to spend money on than that.
We'll see.
Well, that's nice. Yeah. So, have you been watching any anime this week? That's new. Anything?
I think it's just mainly been that one. I mean, I've been watching I think another romance anime I've been watching is, I think I said last week, Ramparts of Ice.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, feel free to check that
Oh,
one
yes.
out. Because if you do, I have comments about that show.
Okay.
I don't think people are gonna like what I have to say about it. Because it is unfortunately one of those shows that I don't like, but because I'm
Gotcha.
so invested, I have to see it through.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know how that goes. That's me. So I recently went back and watched a series that we had talked about on Nippon Now, called is no longer allowed in another world. And I was very vehement on like, oh,
So good though, Aaron.
I did not like it myself. Yeah, I watched like 2 episodes, so I didn't give it really a fair shot. So I'm going back and rewatching it again, and it's on my next up thing to be watching, and I I am still of the unconventional mindset that I think it's kind of okay. It's not bad, but it's not my favorite. It's not the series that has hooked me quite the same as Damon of the Shadow Realm. I'm tired, man. Or a lot of other series I've been watching
You guys
recently.
don't understand. Before we recorded, we set an hour back because Aaron didn't eat yet.
Yeah, we're
as,
really off.
So not only are we recording after work, Aaron didn't eat and it is late.
It is rough. Yes, yeah, and I've been running around all day trying to
We're
get
making it happen.
a stupid phone activated, so it's been an interesting day. But yeah, I mean, it's just I don't know. I'm slogging through it. And I mean, it's not a horrible series, and I think a lot of people probably should go watch it because I think I'm right there with you, JT, of saying I think there's a lot of people who would really enjoy this because I was one of the weirdos that enjoyed Quality Assurance in Another World, which was a universally like kind of universally like really mid, really mid isekai.
Let me search that. I feel like
Yeah, you'll know when you see it. But Quality Assurance in Another World was like Sword Art Online, but like half the storyline about video game QA testers, and it was really not great. And I thought it was honestly really good at the time. I rewatched it. It's okay. Yeah, it's okay. It's not the best thing I've ever seen going back and rewatching it recently. But I guess Bandai Namco made it, so we know we know where they're getting this stuff from. Yeah, that one.
No, I've seen the cover. I have not watched it. I got it mixed up with Handyman Saito in Another World.
I've also seen that, and I thought that was pretty good.
It was really good until the last like 2 episodes where this old man and this dog like Dragon Ball fused together to fight the final boss, and I was like, "What is going on?"
It's like if the Thumb and Alchemist Chimera scene was actually good.
Yeah, except like if it actually
and not with a little girl.
Yeah, it was just so
that
crazy.
Was really
I was
weird.
like, "What is happening?"
I forgot about that. Yeah, that's right. I guess I just
so random.
I guess I was so indoctrinated by isekai that I'm just like, yep, that makes sense.
They just did it like I don't think they even explained how they did it. They just kind of did it.
Yeah, that sounds like a lot of isekai. That really does. Yeah. I mean, it's the same concept as like living in another world with my smartphone. It's like, how does he have a data plan? We don't know. Yeah, but he does.
It's all right. I can't.
How does he charge his phone?
I can't judge too much when I'm like when I'm a fan of the Red Power Ranger isekai. I can't judge too much.
Right, but the Red Power Ranger isekai at least does a little bit better job of world building than in Another World with my smartphone. I mean, seriously, like the MC just. I don't understand. First of all, if you're transported to another world that's fantasy, why is the first thing you think of genuinely your smartphone? Like that's a very sorry, Gen Alpha. I'm not trying to dunk on you, but that is a very Gen Alpha response, or Gen Z, actually both. Also, yeah. Now that I think about it, how do you charge your smartphone in a fantasy world? I think they explain it away as like you can use magic or something like that.
I think it was either.
But the data plan question is a good one.
No, I think the god of that universe just kind of said, I'll just give you a magic Wi-Fi signal or something.
Is that
I think
the
that's literally
explanation
just
for it?
what he did. Yeah.
Because I know the abridgment of it was like, where do I send? I know one of the lines was like, where do I send the payment for my phone bill, to the church? And it does. That is a good question. It's a very valid question that the abridged series ask. Kudos to the people who abridge content for asking the real questions about horribly world built anime series. You're the true MVPs out here. Oh man. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's been a lot of shows I've watched have been interesting. Yeah, I was catching up today on a bit of the Curiosity podcast, which was something I used to run many years ago, and they just did an episode with the owner of Pulp Comics and Games, and I know Patrick down there at Pulp, and I was in recently, and I picked up Spy Family on manga because I was watching through a majority of Spy Family season 1 and 2. Great series. Love Anya, love Lloyd. Love yours brother's hilarious. And a little bit psychotic, but yeah, great show. I'm getting around to watching the actual good anime series and breaking out of the isekai shell. But what reminded me of that is I found my fingerless gloves for Kirito's. These are like the crappy Amazon. No. These are like the crappy Amazon. Yeah, it's like I bought the Spirit Halloween Kirito outfit because I'm a college student and I have enough money to make the show and very little else. So my cosplay isn't that great. But I was so thrilled because I found the fingerless gloves. I thought I had actually lost these. And I was so thrilled that I have both now. Which is such a funny thing to get excited about. But that's how my week has been. It's been like, I'm excited I found the fingerless gloves. I guess I'll just keep these on throughout the show. But yeah, I never understood why. I never really realized why he wore fingerless gloves. But again, Kirito's character design is a fidget spinner. I was telling myself this episode wasn't going to be about Sword Art Online, but I just don't think that's possible anymore.
if there are any Nippon How fans that crossed over to here, you'll know that it has been a struggle of saying we're not going to talk about SAO. It went from we're not going to bring up SAO to okay, we only brought it up once or twice to eventually being like, Aaron, just talk about it. I think it went like that was my that was my steps going down of being like, Aaron, you can just say it, or like even I would bring it up. I'm like, I know this is where the conversation is going. Let's just talk about it and get out of the way.
Just lowering the bar every single time. Classic.
I've accepted that we're gonna bring it up every episode.
I think it's just the reality at this point. But yeah, anyway, found the fingerless gloves. Super thrilled. My friend was asking me, the reason I bring this up is he asked me if I was going to do different cosplay for the convention. I said I can't. But I am planning to do something possibly for Anime Expo. Nice. That'll be an interesting one because I got to take that on a plane. And I'm not sure if I want to pay for a checked bag. But, there's my Minnesota accent there. Bag. I don't know if I want to pay for a checked bag. You can't escape it. But yeah, man. It's been quite the day, but it's been interesting catching up on stuff, and man, yeah, it's been wild. I don't know, but yeah, shout out to Patrick down there at Pop Comics Games. Yeah, I was listening into the show. Great episode of Curiosity again. We won't reveal too much information about where that podcast is, but you can probably find it if you Google it. But yeah, I don't know, man. So how's it been back in the city life now? How's it been?
Very different. I'm just kind of getting used to, I guess, relearning where I live, if that makes sense.
Yes.
You go to college for 4 years, like you get very adept to your college and your college
apartment
area.
Yep.
So like if I was still like near campus, I almost said the name, but I'm not gonna say it. If I was still near campus at my apartment,
it doesn't take a lot of Googling with my name to figure out where we went. So it wasn't that much.
See, that's where I'm better at than Aaron. No,
He doesn't dox himself. There you go.
Yeah, but I would know where like almost everything is. Like I know how to get there. I know what roads, what paths to take. And here, something 10 minutes away from my house, even though I grew up here, I'm like, let me put GPS. Like I don't know it's like relearning just where I live. It's like I essentially moved, because like being in college for 4 years, I got so used to over there.
Yeah. No, that was the weird thing for me. And I think it's been a little bit less impactful because I went home weekends
Yeah,
for
you
the
went
most
home a
part.
lot.
I
I
went home a lot.
went
Yeah.
home.
Right. So
I think
you
I would
were
go
in it
home like once or
most weekends.
twice a month, maybe.
Mm-hmm. And so, I've retained a lot of the area that I where I live, which again I won't disclose that for obvious reasons. But I've been driving up and around the cities, kind of where I went to. I guess I'll just say where I went my first couple of years of college. I won't give the name of where that is because there's certain things connected to that that we won't talk about. But
I'm glad you stopped yourself.
yeah, I was thinking about it. I'm like, oh yeah, that
Yeah, I
also
can
probably
see
isn't
it.
a
I
great
was like,
reason.
oh, up to you.
I was like, oh, I don't know.
Let's not.
But I was driving around there, and I genuinely got lost one day, and I was laughing because I'm like, man, I used to drive, like I used to know my way around here, like literally the back of my hand, and now I'm driving around, and I'm pulling over to desperately type into Apple Maps, like where am I going for this? And I eventually got to where I was going, but that's the weird part about going back to somewhere you haven't been for a couple of years is that it's like it's not instantly memorizable.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Better. Yeah, now it's not easy. Last year, now this year I've gotten a little bit more used to it, and I remember the area a little bit. But yeah, it's just bizarre to figure out stuff that used to be second nature for me when I was going to school back then. And it's like, man, I don't even know how to get sometimes from where I was to where the other places are. So yeah, weird stuff there. But
yeah,
just lots of fun stuff about moving.
Also
that's good. Adapting back, nice.
Yeah, adapting back. But the biggest thing is, I mean, it's really cool because now that I'm back here, I can hang out with more of my friends from the cities. But I got so used to, I'll just say our campus to refer to the location. But I just got used to our campus that I actually really liked it over there. I didn't mind it too much. Like I really did like living over there. To where before I left, I was like, do I want to try and stay here? Right? It's like, that
commute would have been insane, though.
It would have been insane, but like, I don't mind living here. Like, I think I could see myself living here.
Yeah, you were in a nice area because I'm relatively close to campus, and it's not bad. It's definitely noisier, but I'm not opposed to it. You were in a very nice area though. That was very like well secluded, and you weren't necessarily on campus, so that was nice. I don't blame you for
apartment. It was very spacious for a college apartment.
Yeah, I was surprised when I was in there. I'm like, man, this is twice the size of my place. You had more roommates, but even for a lot of the equivalent to your apartment in my building, was a lot more of a cramped space for sure. So yeah. But exciting stuff getting back, and that's the thing that I've been looking forward to. I've been meeting up with so many of my friends from the Twin Cities when I've been back this summer, and it'll be weird next December when I'm going to be back officially.
Yeah, when you're going to graduate.
I know, gosh, I know. I'm like,
join us in the job field.
I know,
right?
How
I'm talking like I'm older than Aaron when I'm not.
I know. Isn't that weird? Yeah, by like a year. But yeah, it's so funny. By all of my friends are I told people, I said, everybody's asking me when I'm graduating. I said, you guys got to come back down, right? You guys got to come back down, and I'm making you drive in the snow. But there's been actually a few of my friends that are like, when's the dates that you're graduating? We want to come back. I'm like, really? You can. I'm not going to make you. I don't think it's that special. I was joking, of course, with my family, and I was saying, can they just FedEx me my diploma? Like, do I really have to show up to graduation? But I guess apparently I'm possibly being nominated again next year for that accidental email I got this year for commencement to be a speaker again. So we'll see where that goes. But I'm kind of glad that I'm not done yet in a way. I have a really close friend of mine actually that lives kind of in southern Minnesota that I will probably see less when we are done because we're graduating at the same time. That he goes to conventions with me, and that'll probably be the only time I see him after I'm done with college if I'm moving back up to the Twin Cities. So yeah, that'll be that'll be one interesting thing. But yeah, a lot of my friends are in the Twin Cities in Minneapolis, and I think that's just kind of where I'm going to end up anyway. But yeah, city life is more of my thing. I mean, I lived in a small town for most of my life growing up, so
I think that's why
I'm young. I need a change.
We
of pace,
actually have the opposite outlook, because I think maybe that's why I liked our campus more, because it was definitely a smaller town than the cities.
Well, yeah, where our campus was that unique fusion.
Yeah, I think growing up where I did, and then where we went, the area where we went to school, I think that's why I liked it a lot more. Like, it was still busy enough to where it didn't feel like nothing happened, but it wasn't so much to where I didn't like living there. And
right.
My restlessness is kicking as I'm spinning around in my rolling chair. I've just been circling the camera, and I've been looking at myself and chuckling at myself.
Hey, it gives the video viewer something to be entertained by than just staring at two people that look like in a Zoom meeting. That's the one downside about doing this in the program, is that it's not as visually appealing as I'd like it. But we have a video version on YouTube.
I have a way to get viewer attention right now.
Oh gosh, okay. Here we go. This will be interesting. This is not planned, by the way. Here he comes. Oh boy.
Well, next time we get into a talking segment, I'll just be like just quickly pretend. So like the anime I've been watching recently. Look here. So they dangling keys in front of the screen.
Dangling keys.
Whoa, keep watching. So
our audience is canonically 4 years old and is easily entertained by jingling keys. It's funny you did that. I actually had a set of it's like a John Deere toy that was just keys. My parents would use that to get my attention back then. That was before the days of iPads, kids. Okay, we didn't have magical rectangles that you could smash content down your eyes with. We had to entertain ourselves. I sound like I'm so old.
Now you own like 13 of them.
And now I own like 4,000 of them, and I'm single-handedly contributing to Apple's increased prices.
Sometimes when I'm just doom scrolling on Instagram, I get those reels where like someone's talking about something, and then the caption is like how I keep my viewers entertained while I'm describing my niche. Like my niche thing, and then they would just like grab like keys and be like, whoa, keep looking, or they'll have like a toy car where they're like. They're explaining what their hobby, and then they're like, "Ooh, look at this!" So yeah.
Well, I'm under the unpopular opinion with short form content, especially with split screen short form content, where half of it is Subway Surfers and the other half of it is the actual content. I come from the old school, and this is where the day I really did feel old was where I'm like, I don't understand why people would want to watch two things at the same time on the same video. I don't know if I'm just old, but man, I really don't understand that. I don't understand why. I'm watching a queso video at the top of him being roasted by TTS, and then there's some like one of those horrible one of those horrible mobile ad
games, yeah.
And I'm like, why? I just want to watch the video that I came here to watch. I don't know. Maybe that's just me.
Sometimes when I see those ads, I'm like, I kind of want to get it just to
see how bad it is.
The person playing in the ad is so bad. I'm like, I can be better. No.
I've definitely had those moments too. Yeah. And then I've downloaded the app and it's like nothing like it. I think a bunch of places just got sued for that in the last couple of years. Two episodes I've said I think X company has gotten sued.
Are we doing on time? Was there
Well, we are getting very close to the end of the show here, so Jason will not have to jingle his keys, or I should say JT does not have to jingle his keys too much longer, because we're wrapping up this edition of Life in Panels. We're getting close to the end of the show. So before we get going, of course, thank you, JT, and thank you to all of our listeners who have helped support this. We have paid subscriptions coming along the way. Patreon page is coming soon, so stay tuned. We'll talk about it in future episodes. But for now, all of our content is technically ad-free, and it's a non-subscription based, but we got bonus episodes coming. So if you want to support us, keep the show going, help us to keep the lights on, and also get some extra bonus bonus content, ad-free episodes, a bunch of other specials that we're probably going to end up doing as this goes on. You can find that in the Apple Podcasts app or on our soon-to-be Patreon page, which we'll tell you about when we get that up. I've been working hard on trying to get all this stuff up, but it takes a long time, and Aaron screwed up some stuff along the way. So yeah, it's that's on me, but it is coming. Oh yes,
no. Another joke that we're gonna keep running from Nippon Now that I'm also gonna bring here. Aaron says that I deal with a lot. No, it is because I am just merely a person that sits in the chair because Aaron does everything.
So for context, for those who have not listened to Nippon Now, there's an ongoing joke we had through the radio show where I did a lot of the work, and yes, I guess I have to admit this now, that I guess I did a majority of the work. Yeah. Sure, whatever. I didn't think it was really that much work. That seems to have continued. But that was not my. To be fair, that's not my intention.
No, I'm not just gonna stay here though and take and make it sound like I did it. I tried to do.
He
work.
Tried. No,
I told Aaron, I was like, I can make scripts. Or I was even like, I can just make a whole script and just tell you what to read. I'm like, I was like, I'm free to edit like our recordings, and Aaron just always be like, no, and I'm like, why?
I have like such a control problem, and I'll admit that. I'll come out flat out and say I have such a control problem. That is what bled through to produce
that is how that joke started.
This is something where I can't do this alone. So JT will be getting work soon. I've been figuring out so many logistics. I've been emailing back and forth with Apple actually. So they've been the bane of my existence this week about like getting the podcast, because there's apparently two podcast links that both link to the same Life in Panels podcast. This is a little bit of behind the scenes stuff you're getting as extra. That apparently is preventing us from being able to, for them to be able to turn on video podcasting. I'm like, well, you can't just give me rights to the existing show and then just delete the other ones. I had to go through and provide them the fact that I owned both shows and the channel, and it's been a nightmare. We just actually got the subscription stuff that happened tonight, and that I just sent in for approval. It got denied once because apparently the company that hosts our podcast didn't send over the bonus episode, and so it was like, you're false advertising your subscription, and they denied us. So Apple has been the bane of my existence. That's what's taken so long, but we are getting there. The Patreon page will hopefully be a lot smoother, and I'll try to get some other stuff going here soon, but the shows take a long time to edit. After last week, just to get the show up on time for Saturday, it took me like, I think I spent 3 hours editing and uploading. I didn't go to bed till like 2 a.m. Now I'm actually meeting with a bunch of people tomorrow, or like early in the morning, so we're not doing that this week. So this show's probably coming out on Monday, even though we recorded it the previous Friday.
Oh, for Aaron's
yes, for my sanity,
we're gonna continue the Jason. I'll stop cutting Aaron off.
No, that's all good. I will probably have JT edit a few of these episodes because I'll give you all the files for it because yeah, it's hard to do all of that at the same time. I make both an audio version and a video version. So, and actually, I don't know if I'm going to have to do that for very much longer because of the way that video podcasting works. This has all changed within the last like 2 months of it, because when we started our pilot, none of this stuff existed. So anyway, very exciting stuff, but we are running a little bit over time, so we are going to get out of this show. Thank you, JT, for sending me the Jimoto Saiko trailer from Studio Mappa. I will definitely have to go back and watch that. You should too, but we are getting close to the end of this edition of Life in Panels, so of course we are going to say thank you for joining us for Life in Panels. We're glad you stuck with us today. If you want to stay up to date with our episodes and Life in Panels, you can follow us on your favorite social app at Life in Panels Pod. You can also subscribe or follow us in your favorite podcast app. We recommend you follow us in your favorite podcast app so you don't miss a single episode. You know exactly when it is going live. You can, of course, follow us on social media soon. So if you're watching this right at the time it's uploaded, we might not have that social handle up yet, but we will soon. Or you can, of course, visit our website, which is up, lifenpanels.com. That's lifenpanels.com. Anyways, my name is SentinelSeiyu, a.k.a. Aaron, and that's
JT, a.k.a. Jason.
We did not practice this ahead of time, and I didn't tell him I was doing this, so that's not his fault. And you've been listening to Life in Panels, an OtakuNET Original Series. It has been a pleasure to be with you today, and enjoy the rest of your day, wherever it may take you. I love the internet delay. That's so great. There's nothing we can do about it. Anyways, thank you so much for joining us. Sayonara, everyone.
Goodbye.
OtakuNET.